Today's show is presented with limited commercial interruption, thanks to Memorial Gardens Insurance Services.
Thereafter, an individual by the name of Jimmy Martin, who identified himself as a co-conspirator of Mr. Turner and Ms. Wright, gave a statement to police officers in which he said that he was present for two meetings with Ms. Wright and Mr. Billy Turner, in which the murder of Lorenzen Wright was planned. He also stated that he helped those individuals clean up some of the crime scene, and ultimately traveled with Mr. Billy Turner to dispose of the murder weapon, which was later found in a lake not terribly far from Memphis.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dewayne Benton Show. Yes, this is my very first show, and I'm so excited to be here. And I thank you for watching. Today, I promise that this is going to be a show that's going to truly open up your spirit and help us all to understand how it feels to lose someone so important to you. I'm talking with Miss Deborah Marion. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
We have been talking over the years,
Yes.
since the death of your son, Lorenzen Wright. And you share things with me that I probably wouldn't say on camera, but you've been following this very closely. Number one, because it is your son.
Yes.
And as I heard you tell me in our pre-interview, your family is a very close-knit family.
Yes, very close. That were my two uncles. My mom only had four sisters and brothers. It's three now, just my mom and her two brothers. And we stick together like Patrick Swayze and his family and next of kin. You do one, you done did us all.
Wow. Okay,
Yes,
that
so
kind of close.
Right, we got to stick together.
That's right.
It's just so few of us.
Yeah.
My mom had four. Her mom had four, and I had four.
Yeah.
There's not many of us, so when something happened to one, we all got to rally.
Right. Let's go back. How many years now since Lorenzen died?
9.
It's been 9 years.
Yes.
Let's go back and recap and recall how you first even found out he was missing. How'd you find out?
I had been calling him, and then people friends that he knew that was calling me from out of town looking for him. But then after that second day, I couldn't find him because he always called me or returned my call.
Yeah.
I called my granddaughter, his oldest daughter. She and I was his go-to people to call the family when he didn't want to talk.
Okay.
And I called her and I said, Laura, when the last time you talked to your dad? She said, well, Grandmama, it's been about 3 or 4 days. I said, baby, watch the news this evening because I'm calling the police. This is not right. Your dad's been gone too long without talking to you or me.
Did you, and I'm going to ask this, did you call Sherra?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Because they were already divorced.
Right.
How was the relationship between you and Sherra?
It was Cheryl. Everything revolved around her. That's why she really, really didn't like me, because I had a say-so in my son's life. I was his mother.
Well, wait a minute. Now, we're not talking since his death.
Before. It was like that before. It was like it wasn't enough for him to go around to the family. He could never have one-on-one with his great uncles, which are my uncles he's named from. She wasn't having that.
Wow.
He couldn't talk to his uncles one-on-one. That's just it. She got to sit in his lap.
All right. I'm asking the questions. I'm not going to just go through the whole of what happened to him, but I want to just jump right into it. When did you know she was responsible? Did you know?
Yes, because I'm divorced and got 3 kids by a guy. I call California and I can't find him, my kids can't find, I'm calling the police in California and saying, my baby daddy, not my ex-husband, my baby daddy missing. She never did none of that. And I raised money for the reward fund. She never gave a dime, but those earrings was a house and the ring was a car.
the interview she did with
I
local
went
station.
all the way to Mississippi selling cakes. My girlfriends cooked cakes and stuff down there for me to sell to raise money.
Yeah.
She didn't offer $5, $10, nothing.
Wow. There's so many different things that I really want to ask, and I don't want to seem offensive when I ask these things, but did you confront her before they even found him? You never had one conversation? I mean, because I would think because she was the ex-wife, did you know he was at her house the night he came missing?
Yes. That's what I told the police when I reported him missing. I said, y'all need to go talk to his ex-wife because she was the last person that seen him. I told them that from day one. And then she and I couldn't talk because I knew she had murdered my child. And imagine me going talk to the murderer. I'm only gonna be cool for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Then the humor gonna jump out. And Lord have mercy.
So we find Lorenzen after this mix-up with the 911 operators and the days that gone by, and you find out, and they find him. What's your thought? And then, because we see you on camera running down this road when they tell you we found something. Mm-hmm. What happened when you took that run, and what were your thoughts?
Because my son and I were close like this, and I figured if I walked in his last footsteps, he would send me something. Y'all might think my family is crazy. You can call my mom. My mom knew her grandson's wife was pregnant 2 weeks ago, and they just told her last week. She said, I know.
Wow.
And that's just how we work.
That's bond.
Yeah, I'm just knowing if they let me walk his walk, he gonna leave something there for me.
Yeah.
And but I can tell you what I told that police lady. I say, if I hadn't had these sandals on and if I had had my gym shoes on, your pistol would have went one way and you would have went another, girl, because that's my child down there. Yeah. I throw those sandals in the garbage when I got home.
Oh my God. When they found Lorenzen and you went through this whole process, tell me about your family and how you all processed that.
Ooh.
Because you all were spending weeks waiting on answers, trying to get what happened, and when you finally got the answer that he was dead, tell me about the family and how you all processed it.
Everybody in my family already knew. They don't know what she did here. They don't know what she did there. But we know, because at first she said those 3 guys came, in August with those leather coats hiding guns, which was a lie. Who in Memphis, Tennessee wearing a leather hat this long a leather coat?
Yeah.
That don't work. That don't make sense.
And this was hot. It was summer.
It don't make sense. Everything she said didn't make sense, and then people kept seeing the contradiction. She would say, one day she'll say this, and the next day she'll say that. So what is true? Yeah.
What happened after the remains were found? Were you a part of planning the funeral?
Oh, yes.
You were a part of it?
Yes, and see, he didn't want black. He always said, y'all, if I die, don't wear no black to my funeral because I'm not a black-hearted person. I don't feel black about nobody. But he never did say what color to wear. So I told my family to wear white.
Yes.
Every woman in my family had on white. He never did say what color, but he said what color he didn't want, black.
Yes.
He said black is sorrow. It makes you cry. I don't want none of that going on in my funeral. But it was a ha-ha joke, really.
Yeah.
Because I thought, I told them, y'all going to be my real papa. Y'all not going to be no honorary nothing.
Yes.
I carried y'all 9 months. Y'all can carry me for 9 minutes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's that bond thing you keep talking about with your family.
Yes.
During the process of all of the funeral and the aftermath, had you and Sherra talked?
No. What do you talk to somebody you suspect killed your child? What did you say to him without going on the deep end? I'm from Mississippi. We don't do like average folk. Like I told one of my neighbors, her son got killed, and I asked her to go to the parents of murdered kids meet with me. She said, why? It's not going to bring my son back, but it'll have people there that you can talk to that's going through the same thing you going through, that feel what you feel. Your friends that haven't lost a child, they don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
12 o'clock at night, they sleep. You think they want to wake up and talk to you about a dead child?
Yeah.
No, but if you join the parents of murdered children, you'll have somebody in your same boat. You can talk, they feel you. Yeah. They can cry with you.
Did you know Jimmy Martin and the other gentleman who were implicated in his killing? Did you know those two?
I knew Jimmy due to the fact that Lorenzen hired him a lawyer when he murdered his sister some time ago. I mean, his girlfriend some time ago. But I never knew Billy. Never heard of a Billy.
Never heard of him?
Never. Only thing Bill or Billy came from the psychic. That's the only way we started tuning in, cause she described him perfectly. His weight, his size, his stomach.
Yeah.
She described him like she really knew him herself.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are. We've gotten past the funeral. I want to know what your relationship with the police department was during because this is 9 years of investigating. At one while, they pretty much hit a wall. They had no answers. But every time I would talk to you or we would talk about what was going on, you would say, they got something, but I can't say nothing right now. And so what was the relationship with you and the police department?
I stayed in their face. I was down there 24. It was like my second home, literally. I could call right now to this day and say, good morning. They'd be like, Miss Marion, who would you like to speak with? I can say good evening. They'll say the same thing. Miss Marion, who would you like to... Because they done heard this voice 7 years back to back to back. And then I've seen this face, so they know I'm not going away. I don't know what the Memphis women do when they murder their kids, but they murdered the wrong one when they murdered that Mississippi boy. That was the wrong one.
Hey cousin, thanks for calling me back. Uncle brother died last night. He didn't have any insurance, and I'm calling family and friends to see if y'all can help me out.
How many times has this happened in your family? Call Memorial Gardens Insurance Services now to get the coverage you need. Immediate coverage on most plans, no medical exams, and payments as low as $15. Call 260-2647.
So I want to know, what did the Memphis Police Department tell you during the process? And when did you start to get hope?
When they got the gang unit in.
Okay, because there was speculation on the news that he was perhaps involved with gang or drugs and all that. And when you heard that, what did you say?
Like I say, every time they threw my son on the bus, I had a jack to pump the bus up and pull away from up on it. Proof.
Yeah.
See, my son was the scary one for his drugs and stuff like that. He is not the one. If he's having a gathering and everybody meets at his house, and if you smell like marijuana, you can't ride in a limo with us. You got to ride in your own car. I'm not finna let my limo get stopped and we get searched for you. You got to ride in your car.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
So let's talk about when the police called you. What was the conversation when they said, Miss Marion, I think we got something?
They told me, I started believing the gang. I started believing 201, period.
You did?
Yes, I started working with the gang unit.
Okay.
And everything they told me came to pass. They didn't skip a beat on nothing.
Yeah.
So I was happy. I was happy a long time before anybody knew, because I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
They could just tell me, I'm mama. My folks couldn't know, because I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I was getting happy. Everybody was like, what's wrong with you? I would see after a while. They said, when?
You would say that to me.
Yes.
You would say, and you say, I can't say. Well, you just hold on.
Yes, indeed. It sure was.
And so when the family, how did they process the fact that all these years have gone by, nobody's been held accountable? Literally 7 years and nothing. Your children, how are they feeling?
They feel a whole lot better, but I didn't even tell them when I was working with them. Didn't nobody know but just me and them. It was a one-on-one, just us, me and the 5. That's it.
Wow.
Mr. Good and his crew. Anybody else? Nobody knew nothing.
So what I think a lot of people didn't know is that you knew,
right,
almost from the very beginning, she was involved. But I can say, from the conversation that we've had, was just a few, you never ever called her name.
But I'm knowing her, so I'm thinking, I'm not the only one that know. Her cousins, the ones that was gonna testify in court, had she went to trial. I was the only one that knew what happened to my child.
Yeah. And
I wanted somebody to say something, but when nobody say nothing until everybody got wrapped up, and then this one went to telling on this one went to telling on that one, and then the whole family.
Weren't you praying this up? Because you told me that.
Yes. I told you, I prayed 7 straight years to get this girl, but it was like, get this wrong work. But this Sunday, before that Friday got her, I was at my church. I was on the floor, and I said, Jesus, please lock up Sherra Robinson. Don't let her walk around free. I don't want her dead. I just want her locked up.
Yeah.
I raised my hand on my son's grave. That was Sunday. That Friday they locked her up.
Yeah. In California.
But see, the reason God didn't answer me them 7 years because I wasn't presenting her right. I called her all them derogatory names. But that Sunday I knew I couldn't cuss in church. So I said her real name.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and just see how you'll respond to this. Is there forgiveness on the table for Sherra Wright?
One day, I ain't ready. One day. I'm not ready. I gotta tell my bishop at church. And some of the ministers come up after church, are you ready? No, sir. I ain't gonna lie to you, no, sir. I pat them right on the back like they be patting me. No, sir, I ain't ready just yet, but I know I'm gonna have to one day.
Yeah.
I will forgive, but I will never forget.
Yeah. Very painful. The Robinson family, have they talked to you? Did they reach out to you during this whole process?
No.
Really?
Not until Sherra got his body sent down there for them to make their money and for them to get the jury off his body.
Wow.
That's it.
Hey cousin, thanks for calling me back. Uncle brother died last night. He didn't have any insurance. And I'm calling family and friends to see if y'all can help me out.
How many times has this happened in your family? Call Memorial Gardens Insurance Services now to get the coverage you need. Immediate coverage on most plans, no medical exams, and payments as low as $15. Call 260-2647.
Cheryl, I want to thank you for giving me my grandchildren. That's what I want to thank you for. But I want you to unlock them so I can visit them, so they can see their grandma. Because Sophia keep calling. She wants to come make chicken and dumplings. She wants to come and just to make chicken and dumplings. I want her to come. And the twins going to be playing basketball near us now, so we want to see them too. We want them to be talking. Let them know we didn't do anything to them. We didn't lie to them or anything. We just love them. We just want to see them. That's all. I want you to get the kids and let them know we didn't do anything to them. We love them. We want to see them.
Tell me about your grandchildren. How's that going? Because you asked in court, Sherra, I want to see my grandchildren.
Right.
So before you answer how they're doing, tell me, are you saying that you had no communication since Lorenzen's death with the children?
No, the baby, the oldest son lived with me a year. And I talk to the baby girl now all the time. And I got a picture on my phone where my son was just with Junior in Dallas over to my other son's house in Dallas last weekend.
Yeah.
So no, I talk to that baby girl all the time. She just want, Grandmama, I just want to come to your house and make some chicken and dumplings.
I heard you say that.
Yeah, because she like to cut them out with the pizza cutter. She actually thinks she's doing, and I made her an apron too, so just like mine. So
Yeah.
she really thinks she'll cook.
Were they angry with you, your grandchildren?
They still are, some of them, but I pray for them too.
Yeah.
I can't stress about them no more.
Yeah.
I got their mama where I want her to be for my son. And I really just can't stress about my grandkids no more. I just need to get who I can get and run. That's it.
But what's the understanding of your grandchildren about their mother now?
I know the reason she pleaded so they wouldn't hear her voice on the recording planning the funeral. You know, that would have been something they heard. There was no disputing that. But when I get all these papers the DA gonna get me, I'm gonna get some copy for them, and I'm gonna send it to y'all. Read what your mama said. Y'all read. I ain't facilitating.
But of the ones you're talking to,
The baby
they don't say, I can't believe my mom did this, or are they not talking about
the
it?
baby girl say that. I can't believe she would want to kill my daddy, grandmama. I said, well, baby, it is what, I don't throw no salt on it. I just say it is what it is. That's what I told her from day one. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to your granddaddy. Listen to the evidence. I don't want you to listen to no people. I want you to listen to what your mama said or what your mama did. That's all I want you to hear.
That you can't dispute.
That's all I want.
Did Sherra Wright tell the police everything that happened?
No.
So why a plea deal?
Because they wanted to get it over with, but see, they think they done tricked somebody, they done moved on, everything hunked up, but they got the big stuff.
I think for a lot of people that have watched this over the years, they're saying, okay, if you guys made a deal. The DA, you guys made a deal. Why wouldn't you get her to tell the facts of it?
Right.
If you all are going to give her this time. Because she's not getting life in prison forever. Mm-hmm. She has parole coming up in, 9 to 10 years?
I'm going to be right there.
Yeah. I think we all knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all knew that.
I'm getting a bus that's going to load us up, the people from Mississippi and Memphis. I'm going to rent a bus, and we all going wherever she is. And my sister is doing the likewise, the same thing in Atlanta. She going to fill up a bus in Atlanta, and they coming too.
When you asked to see your grandchildren, and the judge let you speak, have your say, why do you think her attorneys wouldn't let her address you?
Well, the guy was going to let her, but the girl said no.
Yeah.
Because they probably don't know how she is, her sporadic. You know how she been doing stuff. They didn't know what she gonna jeopardize herself or what. They don't know.
But did she give a word to the attorneys to share with you? Mm-mm. Has she called you since the incarceration?
And I don't know why she asked them. She ain't asked nobody because she killed my child. She didn't ask nobody because she manipulated my grandkids' mind. I don't understand. That's one thing she shouldn't have asked. She ain't been asking her all while she been locked up. When she was flooding her cell, when she was running around buck naked, who she asked could she do that?
In order to keep your business afloat, you must collect payment for the products or services you render. Unfortunately, not all customers are reliable. If you're a business owner, you likely have very little time on your hands to make those frequent telephone calls or to write letters in an effort to collect delinquent accounts. Hi, I'm Marilyn Mosley with Resolutions Collection Agency, and I have been a professional agent for more than 20 years right here in the Mid-South. They say the older an account is delinquent, the harder it is to collect the debt. Not with Resolutions Collection Agency, where we specialize in resolving any debt by any means. If your demands for payment have been unsuccessful, hiring Resolutions Collection Agency could be extremely beneficial for your business. Call us today, 901-427-3040. That's 901-427-3040.
Hey cousin, thanks for calling me back. Uncle brother died last night. He didn't have any insurance. And I'm calling family and friends to see if y'all can help me out.
How many times has this happened in your family? Call Memorial Gardens Insurance Services now to get the coverage you need. Immediate coverage on most plans, no medical exams, and payments as low as $15. Call 260-2647.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We're here with Deborah Marion, Lorenzen Wright's mom. She's here talking about this 9 years of up, downs, ins, out. You can, whatever you call it, there's a name for it. She's got the T-shirt. Yeah, she's lived it and done it and been through it all. There were speculations and accusations drawn about Lorenzen and Sherra's relationship, where she said, in the end, he was abusive and he beat her, and this is why her mouth is twisted and.
It's called Bell palsy. Like I told her attorney, go speak with her doctor and he will tell you she has Bell's palsy. And Elias hurting all them kids, if he was beating all of them, when somebody seen a bruise on somebody one time or another, that's 7 people, 6 kids and a wife.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. And Calvin, the one that went to Houston with her, he said she never mentioned nothing about no abuse to him.
Yeah. How did that make you feel, even though she had just accepted a plea agreement and the DA said yes?
I have seen her jump on him. Actually, I taught him how to put her makeup on his neck so people wouldn't see the scratches.
Wait a minute. You helped him put her makeup on his neck because? Because
when she grabbed like this with scratches, with them fake nails. She would always scratch him. And I said, okay, this is what we're going to do this time. After they stop bleeding, we put the tissue on like he been shaving them. We put tissue on after they stop bleeding, put her makeup on.
So it really was reversed.
Right.
The abuse.
She would jump on him. And he would hold her hand. That's the most he would do is hold her hand and stop her.
I'm going to wrap up with letting you have the last say here. What do you want to say? Do you feel vindicated? Do you feel like there is some, I hate to say the word closure, but resolution?
It's no closure. There'll never be a closure because my son will never be back. I'm just glad she finally admitted that she put the murder together. Facilitation, for the little kids, they might not know, but it means you plan this murder. That's what it means. I'm glad she finally warming up to her planning.
Yeah.
So the kids won't have to ever doubt what happened to their dad. All they can say, well, I know my mama planned it. I don't know what part she played in it, but she planned it.
What are the ages of your grandchildren?
24, 21, 19, 14, and 12.
Wow.
Yes, all my babies.
We pray that you guys will all reconcile.
Yes.
Because as close as your family is already,
And they know.
reconciliation, they need to be a part of a
He's a
strong
younger
bond
kid.
like that.
The last 4th of July, Lorenzen spent with us in Mississippi. Who would have thought that was his last 4th of July? His daughter is sitting on the ground looking up at him, and I took him a picture. That's her last picture she sent of her daddy alive.
Wow.
When she gets 16, I'm going to get it blowed up into a big poster for her.
Deborah Marion, I thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you for having me.
Peace.
Yes,
This has really
indeed.
been good. Thank you so much. Today's show is presented with limited commercial interruption, thanks to Memorial Gardens Insurance Services.
Hey, what's up, Dewayne? How you doing? This is Mother Wit. Listen, I'm taking you someplace really wonderful. And some of you may remember it, some of you may not. But I'm taking you, Dewayne, to T.O. Fuller State Park. This was the first African-American park that there was in Tennessee, and only 2 in the nation. Look, there's the entrance right there. T.O. Fuller State Park. This is Mr. Jimmy Warren, who is the director head of the T.O. Fuller Park right here, the Emerald Park right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Beautiful state park that we have here. We're now at the Visitor Center, and tell us about the Visitor Center. How long is it open?
The Visitor Center is open from 8 to 4:30 every evening.
Beautiful. Come on, let's take a ride and see what's going on in this park.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I know this is the center where you start out, the park office, and where you camp, the registration
And everything.
for the campers there.
We also have on-site rangers.
Rangers live here. Oh, wow.
Also, we have a campsite. This is the first area we're going to visit. It's a 45-slot campsite with water and electrical outlets.
You mean the campsite has water and electricity?
Yes, ma'am.
And they have outdoor facilities?
Well, we have a bathhouse.
Oh, wow. We are in the T.O. Fuller Park Interpretive Center. Tell us, Mr. Jimmy Warren, how and what is T.O. Fuller Park?
All right, T.O. Fuller Park is a Tennessee state park. It was one of the first in the nation west of Tennessee designated for African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
T.O. Fuller Park was created in the 1940s and named after its namesake, Dr. Thomas Oscar Fuller, who was an educator, political leader, and an activist.
He's a minister also.
Yeah, he was a minister as well. And he founded Howe University,
wow.
which later on merged with LeMoyne-Owen, and so he has ties as far as things go education-wise.
Right.
The park was established in '42, built by the Civilian Conservation Corps. We sit on 1,143 acres of land out here. We have basketball courts, baseball diamonds, tennis courts, a soccer area, Olympic-sized pool, campgrounds, and meeting facilities by way of the pavilions that we have, which is 4, plus a huge meeting area, which is our Bluff Center, where it'll accommodate roughly a couple of hundred people. But we are open.
How many hiking trails do you have?
We have a 4.5-mile hiking trail.
Wow.
Basically, we got a grant, or were awarded a grant from the state of Tennessee. Our trail will be, half of it will consist of a composite material that'll run 2.5 miles long, that'll be ADA accessible and that type of thing. Mm-hmm. And it would be one of the biggest, second to Yellowstone, ADA accessible trails in the nation.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So we've got something going for old T.O. Fuller Park, yes.